Welcome to another episode of Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is IK Grande, and if you've watched porn in the past 12 years, I've definitely helped you get off. Today is a very, very special episode. All of them are very special, but this one's very special to me. We have Leya, who is my guest today. She's from Pineapple Support Group, which is a group that works at models, right? Works at models predominantly, or?
Yeah, predominantly models, but we are open to anyone, any adult industry professionals.
Okay. So, what you were saying before when you got here was, Pineapple Support Group works with, the straight adult entertainment industry predominantly?
We've always been, so as far as I'm concerned, as far as I've always been aware, people are people are people. Mm-hmm. I have grown up in the kind of club kid era, which is, you're just surrounded by everyone from every walk of life. Mm-hmm. So when I launched Pineapple Support, it was for everybody. Mm-hmm. But it was only in September, after speaking with Tim Valenti, who's now on our board of directors, that he explained the huge gap between the gay and the straight side of the industry. Mm-hmm. So after hearing this in September, I decided to focus from January and through these shows on ensuring that the LGBTQ performer population knew that we were just as much for them, if not more so, because there are a lot more struggles in this side as for everyone else, and just make sure that we're super accessible. Mm-hmm.
Also, I should mention that we are at the Gayvn Awards. Leya is in her dress. She's in her wear for the night.
I am glammed.
And we're trying not to ruin your hair.
Yes. So if you can hear ticking and clicking, it's me holding onto headphones under my chin with quite long nails.
But yeah, no, I absolutely appreciate it. So you launched you launched Pineapple yourself.
Yes.
Okay. What drove you to do it?
So I was a performer.
Okay.
We need to start there. I was a fetish model and professional dominatrix.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And always just kind of on the fringe of the industry. I wasn't a big performer, but I've had a connection with adult since my first Saturday job when I was 15 was in a BDSM store.
Oh, okay.
When I was 18, I was a pole dancer. And from late 20s was when I launched a BDSM boutique and started modeling and practicing as a professional dominatrix. Mm-hmm. And I took a little bit of time off because my youngest of my three brothers was suffering from depression. Okay. And I live in Ibiza. My mum said to me, look, Ibiza really sorted you out. It's a very spiritual place. Could you please look after your brother for a little while? It would mean a lot if you could see if you could get his head sorted out. Mm-hmm. So I took about a year off performing and then decided to make my big comeback at the Expos Awards show in 2018. And it was during this show that they have a little memorial for everyone that had passed the previous year. And there were 18 names. I think there was 18. Mm-hmm. But there were 5 well-known female performers who had taken their lives or had lost their lives due to mental health related issues. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe that no one was doing anything about it. Or there were people out there doing things, but not enough, not big enough, not really focusing everything on mental health and supporting a family. I was bullied at school. And the adult industry, the BDSM community has always been the people that made me feel welcome and loved, and the people that I know that I could rely on. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to give back to them. Now,
when you did start, did you see any of that in the industry by any chance? Did you see?
For me, not so. So when I was performing, not so much. I think the fetish side is a little more tight-knit community. And as I said, me flying into the US from UK or Spain, where I was living at the time, you kind of separate yourself from the reality of it. Mm-hmm. You fly in for the glitz and glamour of the shows and then disappear again. So I just had never been aware that there were so many problems. And when you think about it, of course, there's, every single walk of life, there's problems. Mm-hmm. but in most walks of life, there is an easy support network, support system ready for you. Whereas this one, there is not.
Now, how long has Pineapple been around?
Pineapple, as I said, the idea came exactly this time 2 years ago. We launched in April. So it's 20 months now.
Okay. And then you had mentioned Tim Valenti is on the board now.
Yes.
How long between the launch and your push for the GLBT and the GLBTQ?
It's been about 18 months.
18 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty quick.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly on. And you've been doing a lot of promotion on Twitter, the website, of course. And
yes.
So the goal.
The goal.
The goal of Pineapple.
The goal is to become a household name. And when I say that, I mean that if a performer or someone in this industry is struggling, that it's not a question of where do I go. It's just Pineapple. You know, the name was chosen because it's the most commonly used safe word.
Oh, okay.
In America after Red and Stop. But Red and Stop would have been really aggressive names.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah. So, you know, the idea is I've had enough. It's getting too much. Pineapple. I need Pineapple.
Perfect. Wow. I had no idea that that's where it came from. I was curious about it. Didn't pop in my head to ask where it came from, but thank you. So it is a popular safe word.
I think a comedian said it once, or it was in a TV show or something, and now it's
become the thing. So now you are also, just getting back into your performer side, are you also performing again? You said you've
No.
Okay.
I did that for a number of reasons. I think performing is more than a full-time job. Running a non-profit that's provided care to over 700 performers within 18 months is a hell of a lot more than a full-time job. And it's also very, very important to me that people know that there are no ulterior motives. You know,
I understand fully. So this is you. This is what you're going towards. That's your primary mission.
Yeah.
How has the response been? You said
Incredible.
over 700. Okay.
Incredible. It took a while to get started. It's one of those chicken and egg scenarios because you have a great idea and you can go up to people and go, I've got this great idea. Will you give me some money?
Yeah. That's it.
What am I going to get back? Nothing. Just a really warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart.
You'll go to bed at night.
And so, you know, people kind of look and go, well, there's been a lot of, in this industry, as with all kind of entertainment industries, there's a lot of people that spout bullshit and disappear.
Yeah.
So why should people trust me? So I put a lot of my own money in. I think the first 8 months were funded by my savings. And then Pornhub were our first sponsors. And I can't remember where I was going. Fuck.
No, it's all right. So
I can't remember the question. No, I was coming around to an answer, but I can't remember.
the response.
Oh, yeah, the response. Yeah. So it took a long time to, you know, you go to people and they say, this is a great idea. This is fantastic, but we want to see what you can do. And in order to show what you can do, you need money. So it was a great response, but people were just keeping an eye on us. And then I think, you know, when we got the money from Pornhub, we were able to really start kind of flexing, going, this is where we are, come to us. Other people started following suit. And I'm really hoping that, you know, the first year people gave little sponsorships. Now we've really shown, you know, look, we're making a difference. And I'm hoping that people will, in the years coming, sponsor more money. We're going to get more people on board. The response from the gay side of the industry has been incredible. Okay. At the Straight Up Gay Porn Awards, which was last week.
Oh yeah, that last week.
Yeah, that was my first foray to this side of the industry, and just amazing.
They must have loved you, by the way. if you look like you did today, the gays must have gone crazy for you.
I did have my vice president with me, who's got these great big tits, big curly hair, and is louder and larger than life. So between the two of us,
they would. If there was a parade, they would have put you on a float. That's the amount of love that you get. I think that especially with gay performers and stuff, they just love. I don't know. They love women. There's a certain part of them that just love women. And especially, vocal and just, hey, I'm here. And, if you have a good personality, from what I've noticed. But, how about like when models or when a performer calls in? Is that what I'm assuming they're calling in?
No. So we
Okay.
have 4 resources.
Okay.
The 2 main ones. The first is a 24/7 online emotional support service.
Okay.
This is done by text. It's run through. We're basically white labeled from 7 Cups, which is an mainstream emotional support service.
Okay.
But we have a separate community. So if you go to pineapple.support.org, click volunteer. Please go to pineapple.support.org.
Yeah.
Volunteer. We really need more volunteers. And you can take a 20-minute, half-hour course in active listening. And then from then on, you can at your will take further educational in different depression, anxiety, ADHD, specific areas. But then you make yourself available as and when you want. If you're a performer and you just want to talk to someone, this is just if you've had a shitty day, you don't necessarily want therapy, but you want to talk to someone who's going to be unbiased, it's completely anonymous, and just feel like you're not so isolated, because this is a very isolating industry. That's what that's for. So you can go online, see if someone's available. If not, send someone a message. They'll get back to you and just have a chat. Just bitch and moan. Talk about what's on your mind. Get it off your chest, because when we store things up and bottle things up, that's when it becomes a big problem. The second resource we offer is professional therapy and counseling. So at the moment we have 86 therapists. That is constantly growing. I know I've had applications in while I've been traveling. We have therapists in Canada, the US, Colombia, the UK, Europe, and Australia. The way this works is you visit the website, again, pineapplesupport.org, click therapy, and complete the therapy request form. The request form is really simple. It does ask for personal information. The system that we use is the most secure system for collecting this type of data. We have chosen this system because of that. Once we have your details, you are referred to as a code. That's how serious we are about keeping your data private. When the therapist invoices us for your sessions, they refer to you as a code, because I don't even want my accountant seeing anyone's name. So you complete the request form. We'll ask you for some personal data just to make sure you are who you are. Provide proof that you're in the adult industry, link to your Twitter account or your model profile, agency, whatever. We'll ask what areas you feel you need support in. And we also ask how much you can afford to pay. Paying for therapy is part of therapy. So whether it's $5, $50, whatever, we won't ask any questions. That's just the amount that you pay to your therapist before each session. And then the therapist invoices us for the balance at the end of each month.
Okay.
So if you cannot afford anything, you can't afford anything. We're not going to demand, but the more that you can contribute, the more people we can help.
Yeah. Wait, was that 4?
No, that was 2.
Okay, yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
They were the 2 main ones.
So the 2 main ones.
The other resources are support groups.
Okay.
So we do different support groups, kind of starting roughly monthly. We've got an in-person support group in Hollywood, starting on the 3rd of February with Dr. Amy Harwick. And then the 1st of March, we are focusing all of March on the topic of addiction. So we have a 6-week addiction workshop starting on the 1st of March. With Nikki Line, and we'll be putting out videos and tips and links to articles all throughout March, focusing on that topic. After that, we have a DBT course in dialectical behavior therapy. The topic is interpersonal relations.
Okay.
So it's how to communicate with people better. And the 4th resource is something we just launched in October. So it's a baby resource at the moment, but we do the Pineapple Summit.
Okay. Oh, so, I think I saw that. You go, to a certain city, right? And it's
we're doing online.
Okay.
Although we're doing the support group in Los Angeles, I do try and do most things online. The reasoning behind this is that pineapple support needs to be accessible for everyone. And having something online is accessible for everyone.
Anybody can click on it whenever.
In the future,
Whenever they need it.
maybe doing something in person with seminars going out live could be an option, but that's an expensive option.
Yeah. For now, at least.
Yes.
But yeah, the main focus is helping everybody that you can. Oh, one of the questions that I had actually was, if I wanted to, anybody can call and say, and volunteer to be a listener or to be somebody that helps. Okay.
Yes.
And then those courses would be just accessible through the same website, through pineapple.org.
Exactly.
And not to say I'm a licensed therapist, but I'd be able to talk to people and help them if they need.
Yeah. So there's a 20-minute, half an hour training course in active listening. It's how to ask the right questions, how not to give advice, how to prompt the person to come to their own conclusion, how to be empathetic but not sympathetic. Just how to word things correctly to allow somebody to come to their own conclusion rather than put any kind of opinions out there.
What is next for Pineapple? You're here at the Gayvns. You're going to be at the AVNs as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're here for what?
And then into next.
Okay, so so now you're on a media blitzkrieg. You're all over the place. What else is what do you want next for Pineapple?
At the moment, I mean, we've got a lot going on with the support groups, with the kind of focus months, with this Pineapple Summit. I just want to, this year, accessibility and just keep on doing what we're doing and making sure that we do well. We get between 30 and 50 therapy requests a month. Now, if you consider that between probably 10 and 20 therapy sessions per applicant, that's a lot to deal with.
That is.
So, we're less than 2 years old. This is all happening extremely quickly. The most important thing is to ensure that we are doing what we're doing and we're doing it well. And that's really the focus. I have so many ideas, so many, things like the Pineapple Summit that I want to be bigger and different themed months, but we can make them more prominent. We can promote them better. At the moment, I just want to make sure that we are doing everything perfectly.
Well, honestly, and I'm not going to keep you too much longer because I know that you want to go out there and you got to get the word out there.
My stuff.
Yeah, I am absolutely. When a model mentioned Pineapple to me, almost at the same time, that same week, I saw an advertisement on Twitter or like a posting on Twitter. So I followed you. And then eventually, it came to try to see if we can work out something where I can meet with you and talk to you. Models, in my career, 12 years in the industry have been very important. I've spent most of my time, either isolated or with models because I'm constantly traveling. And you get to experience their moods and everything that they're in. I've unfortunately had very, many of them, succumb to, depression or themselves. And that's, I think it's very, very important what you're doing. One of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show. And, if you could at this moment, just give me the best line, right? That you can give anybody listening that needs Pineapple right now, where they can go to find you.
Yeah. If you're a performer and you're struggling with your mental health, please reach out and please ask for help. It is one of the bravest things that you will do. It is not cowardly. Asking for help is extremely brave. If you visit pineapplesupport.org and click therapy, then you'll see the options there for therapy. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter or on Instagram, our handle is @pineappleYSW, which stands for Your Safe Word.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just as I said, we really do need more volunteers. So if you're not in the industry, if you are in the industry, if you are someone that has a sympathetic ear and has a little bit of time, then please do sign up because it's really important for someone just to feel heard. It can make a huge difference in somebody's life. You could even save one.
Leya, thank you so much. Thank you and Pineapple for everything that you're doing. I absolutely appreciate you giving me some time. For the listeners out there, you know where to go. It's pineapplesupport.org. If you're someone that's a really good listener, by all means, sign up for that too.
You've been watching Demystifying Gay Porn. I am your host, Ike Grande. Demystifying Gay Porn can be found on every podcast directory as well as YouTube. Demystifying Gay Porn is on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, Discord. And if you like what you're watching and want to be a part of the process, head over to patreon.com/demystifying gay porn, where you can help support this channel and I can continue making content like this. Once again, this is Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is Ike Grande, and if you watch gay porn, I've definitely helped to get off. Cheers.